Paddy, on a Full Send podcast, you had some words for Arman Tsarukyan. What prompted you to say that, and did you hear his response?
Yeah, I seen his response. It tickled me, made me laugh. It's just being honest, you know what I mean? I'm just brutally honest. I can't lie. If someone ever get asked about someone, I'm going to be honest.
At center stage stands Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, hair flopping, accent sharp as a seagull's cry over Liverpool. Reporters toss questions at him like softballs, but he smacks them back, saying he has zero interest in facing Arman Tsarukyan because nobody cares about the Armenian wrecking ball. Around the same time, Merab Dvalishvili is in a sweaty gym throwing endless takedowns while Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell, now fighting at a lighter weight, yells he's the only man alive who can stop that Georgian engine. Not too far away, Khalil Rountree stares at his phone and steams after reading a tweet from light heavyweight champ Magomed Ankalaev, promising, "Your daddy is next." That single sentence lights a fire in Khalil's gut.
What is it like after that fight? So you faced the best in the world. You know that you can hang with them. You lost the fight, but you didn't gain a ton of experience. And what is it like after that?
Everything seems very different now. Since the Pereira fight, I've been to, I'd say, more than 6 countries. Everyone knows who I am now.
Add Robert Whittaker's brand new titanium teeth, TJ Dillashaw's tearful retirement speech, Arman's duck emoji taunts, and Daniel Cormier scratching his bald head over Justin Gaethje's title demands, and you have a week so packed you could film it as a mini-series. Even a 7th grader could follow along, because at the center of every headline is a simple human feeling: pride. Under the blazing desert sun of Abu Dhabi, Robert Whittaker and Reinier de Ridder stepped onto the scale in a quiet hotel ballroom, the air humming with nervous energy. Whittaker weighed 185.2 pounds, de Ridder hit 186 even, and a man with a clipboard nodded fight official.
How long did it take to rehab from the last fight? And if it's not a secret, how much did the teeth cost?
Yeah, I'm 100% recovery. Honestly, it wasn't too long afterwards because I just got them taken out, so got implants put in, just had to wait for them to settle. So if anything, they're better than they were before.
After the stare down, Whittaker pulled back the curtain on last October's painful secret. Khamzat Chimaev's face crank didn't just end the fight, it shattered 3 bottom teeth like chalk sticks. Dana White, the UFC boss, covered the entire dental bill, which included yanking the broken teeth, screwing titanium posts into Rob's jaw, and capping them with crowns so shiny they could blind a ring light. Whittaker jokes they might be tougher than bone now, but he still rubs his jaw when he talks about that choke. Reinier de Ridder, a tall Dutch submission artist who wears glasses outside the cage, plans to wrap those long arms around Whittaker's neck and prove grappling still beats striking. During face-offs, Rob bounced on his toes and flashed that upgraded smile, while de Ridder kept his icy stare pinned on the Aussie's chin, like a mathematician solving a puzzle. Commentators whisper that a single slip, a lazy jab, an off-balance sprawl could swing the whole main event, turning cheers into gasps in less than a heartbeat.
I heard about TJ Dillashaw's shoulder before that fight.
Completely blew my shoulder out the end of April. Probably dislocated a good 20 times throughout training camp.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, before he fought Aljamain. Yeah, I'd heard about his shoulder. I knew his shoulder was already because I knew that he had been getting stem cells. He had gone down to Dr. Neil Rear.
Far away from bright spotlights, TJ Dillashaw sat in a modest living room studio surrounded by framed fight photos and a stack of kids' toys. He lifted his left arm off the armrest and winced. The limb barely rose past shoulder height. Talking slowly, he told fans, "I'll never fight again, man." His journey reads like a repair manual gone wrong. 6 surgeries on one shoulder, including grafts of cadaver bone, pieces of his lat muscle, and strips of lower trap tissue stitched together like patchwork. Each operation felt like rolling dice against time, hoping one more surgery might glue him back together. Instead, nerve damage spread, making his hand tingle and go numb when he tries to comb his hair.
How's your shoulder doing now, and are we going to see you fight again?
Unfortunately, it's fucked. I can't even... I can't do this.
Really? Holy sh...
It doesn't hurt, it just doesn't work. I can't comb my hair, it's hard to take a drink of water kind of thing. So, long story, no, I will not be coming back.
Doctors now recommend a reverse shoulder replacement, removing the round head of his humerus, flipping the joint-sew metal ball in socket swap places, and anchoring it with plates meant for senior citizens. TJ smiles for the camera, though his eyes glisten. He says he can still wrestle gently with his kids, still coach hungry up-and-comers, but the roar of the crowd, the weight-cut sauna sessions, and the octagon walkouts are memories now. For a man once called the Energizer Bunny of the bantamweight division, admitting retirement stings worse than any liver kick. He ends with advice even middle school gym classes can use: protect your body. You only get one. While TJ accepts his final chapter, lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan is writing a new one full of playful mocking.
So if he wants to assure his title shot, he has to fight with Justin Gaethje, because if he fights with Arman, I think that Arman's gonna beat him. So the easiest path he has right now to get the title shot is Justin.
Okay, thank you.
Stylistically.
Thank you.
After hearing featherweight king Ilia Topuria swear he would vacate his belt rather than fight the relentless Armenian, Arman grabbed his phone in a shadowy hallway. Camera shakes as he jogs, hoodie hood bouncing, breath puffing in the cold air-conditioned corridor. Ilia, stop running. Good boy. I'll make it quick. No worries. He laughs, then adds a duck quack sound before the clip ends. The caption? A single duck emoji, bright yellow, with tiny wings. In internet slang, calling someone a duck is like calling them a chicken. You're scared. The post rockets across Instagram, racking up likes as fans take sides. Some call Arman a troll genius. Others say Topuria is right to avoid a dangerous grappler.
You out, he called Gaethje out. Paddy was the one, though, that walked into the octagon. How did he become the one that got into the octagon and it wasn't you, the number one contender?
It was the Joe Rogan mistake, and he shouldn't call his even name, bring him to the octagon. I said, this is not sport, this is WWE.
Comment threads transform into mini debates, comparing wrestling stats and knockout ratios. Even kids at lunch tables repeat "good boy" in faux Russian accents, proving social media can turn a 5-second video into playground chatter in hours. Switching gears to bantamweights, Sean O'Malley, famous for rainbow hair and sniper sharp right hands, analyzes the upcoming Merab Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen duel. Using simple language, Sean explains that Corey is like a wiggly cat. If you grab him, he squirms free, spins behind, and maybe tries a flying knee. Against Umar Nurmagomedov, Corey stayed tall, kept hips high, and escaped takedowns by cartwheeling out of danger. Merab, on the other hand, is like an Energizer gorilla. He shoots for takedowns, chain wrestles, drags you down, lets you stand, then drags you down again until your lungs feel like crushed soda can.
Second Cheeto rematch, there was animosity. I really, truly wanted to beat the out of him. I felt like I really didn't like him at that time, and I had such a good performance. It felt so good. I almost forced myself to not like Merab, but it wasn't genuine. I want to go out there and put on a beautiful performance because I love this sport, not necessarily because I don't like Merab.
Sean says it's a coin toss. If Corey makes space, his long limbs could slice Merab up with elbows. If Merab closes distance, the mat will feel like quicksand. O'Malley admits he's delusional enough to believe he could beat Merab too, proving that in fighting, confidence can be the biggest muscle of all. Enter Bryce Mitchell, now wearing oversized camo shorts that sag on his slimmer frame since he dropped 10 extra pounds to make bantamweight. At morning weigh-ins, he steps onto the scale, eyes sunken but determined, and the official calls out 135 even. Reporters ask how he feels, and Bryce grins, saying he feels light as a feather and mean as a snake. In interviews, he calls the bantamweight division stale, like soda left open overnight, and promises to shake it up. He claims nobody beats Merab unless they call someone who studies farm chores and chokeholds at the same time, namely himself. Bryce points to his resume, twister submission over Matt Sales, wrestling clinic versus Edson Barboza, and claims his ground game is like Velcro. He even praises Merab as a friend, but insists fans want fists flying, not 15 minutes of human backpack. Some critics laugh, saying the weight cut alone might drain Bryce's gas tank. Others cheer, excited to see if a country-raised grappler with a mullet can indeed toss the Georgian powerhouse like a bale of hay. Meanwhile, in a quiet Las Vegas gym built like a hangar, Khalil Rountree slams a medicine ball against the wall over and over, muscles rippling. On a break, he scrolls social media and finds Ankalaev's tweet, "Your daddy is next. Alex, take a seat." The words hit Khalil like a cheap shot. He grew up dodging bullies and thinks a champion should inspire, not intimidate. On the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he speaks softly yet firmly, saying trash talk is toxic, especially for kids who copy heroes online. As he talks, his shoulders still glow with sweat, proof he lifts his anger in the gym, not on Twitter. He explains that a belt is an honor like a knight's shield, and knights shouldn't spit on people from the castle wall. Rogan nods, sipping coffee. Khalil vows to let his fists and kicks make statements inside the cage. If he keeps winning, the UFC might set up a date with Ankalaev, and Khalil plans to teach respect the old-fashioned way, nose-to-nose under bright lights with no character limit. Now we circle back to the loudest headline. Paddy Pimblett shutting down Arman Tsarukyan. Wearing a hoodie printed with cartoon pizza slices, Paddy leans forward during a Q&A and says, "I'll fight anyone," then pauses, smirks, and adds, "But no one cares about Arman." His Liverpool accent bends vowels into musical chirps, making the room chuckle even as his words slice reputation. He claims Arman fights like a sparring partner for Islam Makhachev, great skills but zero star power. Paddy argues that fans pay for big names and fireworks, and Arman brings neither. Instead, he wants Justin Gaethje, a man Paddy calls a guaranteed scrap. He praises Gaethje's leg kicks, toughness, and highlight reels, saying a win over Justin cements legend status far more than beating a quiet contender. Critics accuse Paddy of ducking real danger. Supporters say he's focusing on legacy fights. Meanwhile, Arman flexes on social media, posting clips of suplexes and demanding Paddy put up or shut up. Somewhere, UFC matchmakers scribble names on whiteboards, weighing pay-per-view buys against ranking integrity. In a sport where one punch can flip every plan, Paddy's dismissal feels like fueling a firecracker loud, sudden, and sure to explode when the time and money line up just right.